Hey everybody, it's 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning, and this is Keith Saarloos, and you are listening to Chopping It Up on 105.9 Crazy Country, the number one rated talk show at 10 a.m. on 105.9. I love it. So right now, I am sitting here with a local legend, Pam Gnekow. Did I say it correctly?
You said it right.
Thank you. And Pam, tell us a little about what you do, who you are in the Santa Ynez Valley.
Wow. So I'll tell you what I do.
Perfect.
I am the CEO of Santa Ynez Valley Community Outreach, and along with my board of directors and Linda Linton, we just get a lot of people served. We do a Meals on Wheels program, and we're going into our 50th anniversary year of serving this community, so that's pretty exciting for us. We have a veterans program, and we feed veterans every day. They can come in, they can get counseling on where they fall in their veteran services, their veteran disabilities, and we can help them get that done, as well as the Elks International has given us a grant for backpacks and maybe things that some of our vets can use out and about, toiletries, that kind of thing. And they have an opportunity to come in and have a veterans pantry. Nobody can shop there unless you're a veteran. So it's really cool because you can, just go in, take your time, get whatever it is that you need. Zaka Coffee give them a real plug because they supply coffee to the veterans for free. And so it's really a community effort with the Rotary, the Elks, everyone in there helping out with the veterans. And on Monday mornings, we have a food distribution program. We've been doing it for over 14 years. We distribute somewhere between, depending on what's happening, we distribute between 10,000 and 22,000 pounds of produce.
Wow.
Every Monday.
A week?
Every Monday. We got
10 tons.
10 tons.
10 tons.
So last year, at the end of 2025, we will have given out 2,180,000 pounds of food out of a really tiny little building, making it work.
Where is this building located?
Well, the great thing about this building is it's a little building nobody can see.
Perfect.
So it's hooked onto the Buellton Fire Department. The county of Santa Barbara gave us this building. It was one of their old command unit buildings, and they gave us a 35-year lease on it. And then the city of Buellton, because we were sitting on each other's laps in the offices, the city of Buellton gave the Buellton Library a beautiful new building, as you probably know.
Yeah.
And then they gave us the library, the old library, which, by the way, is the ultimate recycle building. It was the barracks for Camp Cook. And then after World War II, yes, Buellton didn't have a school. So after World War II, they moved that building from Camp Cook over to Buellton. It was the elementary school, and a lot of our Buellton residents went to school there.
Amazing.
And then the library came in, and then we really needed a building, so now we're recycling one more time.
You glossed over a few things. One, 2 million pounds of food you guys not only brought in but redistributed to the greater Santa Ynez Valley. Is that correct?
That is correct.
2 million pounds. So one of the things, I wanted to have you on for a few different reasons, but one, a lot of people in the Santa Ynez Valley, it's a difficult place to live and work because it is expensive. Homes are not in abundance. Mm-hmm. We also have, if you think about it, there's a certain amount of thought process that we have as a community where it seems very, very affluent. And there is affluency. Some people do have quite a bit of money here.
Yep. On
the other side of it, there is a large group of people that are in need, underserved, hungry, and are looking for a little bit of help. And the fact that you are here, I wanted to just have you in and put you on the radio because what you're really doing is, the Lord's work. And being able to give away 2 million pounds of food to people that where would that food go if you weren't giving it away? Or how are you getting this food? That's a better question.
Well, the way that we started doing that food program was that we were going to the food bank once a week and we were doing our own shopping.
Okay.
And there was a kind of like a dock in the back. And so I asked the people running the food bank, I said, well, what is that food? And they said, oh, well, that's the extras. It goes to like pig farmers or whatever. It's getting ready to be, it's getting ready to go bad or whatever. And I was like, well, what if I took that food? And they're like, what would you do with that food? I said, well, I don't know, but I have a big kitchen, a commercial kitchen. I think I could make soups or whatever, but I think that we could make it go to use because, love pigs, but I got a whole lot of people that need some food.
Absolutely.
And so that's kind of how that program just was born.
Yeah.
And we just started having volunteers come and help us. And then as the program grew, I couldn't take my little van up there anymore and load up. So now the food bank has an 18-wheeler, sometimes two 18-wheelers, drive up on Monday and unload. And I have all of these wonderful, amazing volunteers standing out there waiting to put all this food in bags. And people come up, they drive up or they walk up to get the food. And I've been asked numerous times, don't you think that there's enough food distribution in the Santa Ynez Valley? Bethania does a fabulous job. People helping people do a great job. We do a great job. Don't you think that's enough? And, my really standard answer is not to be flippant, but I don't know the last time that anyone would stand in line for an hour and a half for food that you don't know what's going to be in there, but you need the food.
Yep.
If you don't need it, you're not standing there. And as long as they're standing there and in need, then we are always going to be able to deliver it to them.
The food is more valuable than their time.
The food is more valuable than their time, and they are going to feed their families. And they're going, if they have to stand in line, if they have to fill out a form, if they have to sign their name, they don't care. They're going to feed their families. And, that takes a lot. You just have to love that dedication for that family to do that.
Absolutely. So when people are coming in and they're and in need, what is the criteria? I guess is a good question for you guys. It's like, where do they sign up? Where do they show up? If someone's listening to this on the radio right now and they go, I didn't know about this, from a need perspective, I'd love you to answer that. And then I'd also love for you to tell me how people can get involved from a giving perspective, because like we were having a small discussion previous to this, you can have a whole conversation about 2025 and being a pretty difficult year all the way around for pretty much everybody. I don't know anybody who said, 2025 is my best year of my life. The fact that you're saying 2 million pounds of food was given away and eaten and consumed and nourished in the Santa Ynez Valley to people in need, that means we have a need. The fact that some people might be listening to this and didn't even know that was happening. And how can they support you?
Wow, those are a lot of questions. So,
I know.
Number one.
We got time.
Okay.
We got time.
All right, so here we go.
It's Christmas. I want to make sure everybody's taken care of. You know what I mean?
So first of all, 2025 was not our worst year. I just want to make that clear.
Correct.
And when we are asked and talk about oh my gosh, what are you going to do? It's gloom and doom. And honestly, I think that when we didn't know about things in January, February, March of this year, my staff and I got together and my board, and we went, okay, it's not going to be like we thought it was before. We're not going to have maybe the grants or things that were available before. But here's what we do know. We do know that we live in a valley where people do want to help. We live in a valley where they want to respond. If you call, you ask them, they respond.
Yes.
Whether it's volunteer, whether it's money at their party, whatever it is, this valley comes ready, boots on the ground to help you.
What a great feeling.
So I don't think it was our worst year. So
I wasn't implying that it was your worst year. I'm just saying it's been a tough year.
So a couple of things happened. We did a few fundraisers, and where I think that for us in our organization, where the people in need meet the people in the valley who can help us, is our biggest fundraiser. We were doing a lot of little fundraisers a lot for the years past, and we were just like wearing ourselves out. So we decided, okay, we're going to have one major fundraiser, and we're going to put all of our efforts into it, and we're going to hope that this valley comes and joins along with us. And so we decided, I love to entertain and do food, and we're going to be in a cowboy area. How do I get the men and women on a Saturday to leave college football, television, and come to a fundraiser? And what we decided was that we would put together Cars and Cowboys.
Yep.
And
What a great event.
it is so fun. And it has grown. And
Did you guys sell out this year?
we sold out.
You sold out.
We sold out.
Magnificent.
Yeah, we sold out. I think we sold out at 450 people.
And for the people who are listening, the Cars and Cowboys benefits, give a plug for what
It's for it's Santa Ynez Valley Community Outreach. It's Meals on
There we
Wheels.
go.
It's veterans, and
keep
it's
plugging
for
that, because
domestic
some people
violence.
are going to tune in. Keep plugging the name. Keep plugging the name.
So Santa Ynez Valley Community Outreach has been for years the Buellton Senior Center, right? And Santa Ynez Valley Senior Citizen Foundation. But what we found out during the pandemic is that it's not a senior center. We got busy. We started serving families. We started, doing the soup kitchens, doing all the rest, and decided that that was really not a good idea to keep it as just seniors, even though they are our priority, but that we have families out there who needs us as well.
Broader
so
reach.
we want to make sure that no table gets left behind. So that's why we changed to Santa Ynez Valley Community Outreach. And it's never easy to change your name because people get confused.
Sure.
But I think we've done a pretty good job branding this and doing it, and making sure everybody knows what we're doing. Sometimes I hear we're the best kept secret, but I don't really know how, because I talk all the time.
I know,
Like,
but
I
that's why
never stop talking.
It's why I had you on the radio today, because in all honesty, I will say this wholeheartedly, is when people are talking about the Santa Ynez Valley, the outreach, right? And I go, okay, who is that and what do they do? I had to say that. And I was embarrassed, in all honesty. And now, if I'm embarrassed not knowing, I want to have you on the radio, broadcasting live, letting everybody know your mission, what you're trying to accomplish, and how we can help people.
Well, this has been one of our, big blessings. I'm going to tell you straight up, has been the churches in this valley. Santa Ynez Valley Presbyterian, they let us have a coffee house and open Holy Grounds there.
Yeah.
So all that money from Holy Grounds comes directly into the Meals on Wheels program, which is so just great. We've been there 4 years. We're also one of their missions. Because, we have missions here. Of course, we have missions overseas, but we have missions that work right here, right?
Yep.
And the same thing with the Santa Ynez Valley Christian Fellowship. They put us on as one of their missions. They just helped us, along with the Pres, do the free Thanksgiving feast, open to every single person who wanted to come in this valley.
Amazing.
And the Buellton Rec Department let us gave us the building there, and let us and we filled it up, and it was just so great to see kids running around, and a lot of the churches coming together. St. Vincent's de Paul is a big supporter of us. They always come in and they help, and so I learned a long time ago, like, let's go to the churches.
Yeah.
They're going to help me. They're going to help caring. They're very good at helping with our domestic violence. Their benevolent funds let me get our domestic violence people, if they need to get to home, or if they need to get someplace, if they need a plane ticket that's bigger than me, so they come in and they help.
Awesome.
And it's been pretty great. One of our big things this year too is we work with the Santa Barbara County Veterans Foundation, Henry Schulte, Jerry Farmer, and we're doing a Veterans Christmas program, right? So we've got about 22 families that are vets that we are buying Christmas for. And one of them is here in our valley, and she is a vet, and her kids didn't have beds. So the Veterans Foundation, helped me buy twin beds, bedspreads, the whole thing. That is the happiest family, that they are all going to be sleeping on beds this Christmas. So we got a lot going on.
Yeah.
And the other question I get asked is, are you doing too much? And I'm like, do you have something else for me? Because I kind of like to do that too. We opened up the Vintage Christmas Market. The owner of the formal Mole
Yep.
right on the corner of
246.
246,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What a great building, right?
What a great building.
They came, like a couple of days before Thanksgiving and said, we would like to do something to help this community. Do you want to open up a Christmas pop-up? And I was like, oh, yes, so badly.
Okay.
So we did.
Okay.
And so I called, all of our friends and Victoria Withrow, and they came. She was calling everybody and saying, bring all your Christmas, bring all your stuff. And we've just had a ball. Keeping it open, selling. It has been a very successful fundraiser for us.
Fantastic.
And we're going through January 15th, and who knows, maybe a little longer. We don't know.
So I'm going to say this one more time. Yeah. You set up a holiday store in Solvang, right in the mole hole, because someone looked and said, there is a need. I have this. It can help you. You rallied the troops. You have a storefront right now. Right now. So anybody who's listening to this can drive right to the mole hole. It's right there on the corner, right?
Right there on the corner.
Right there on the corner next to the book loft by the park.
Right.
Like right there.
Right there.
Right there. And up until when is it going to be open?
For right now,
Yes.
It's going to be open until January 15th, and we'll see if it's longer.
Perfect. And anybody who comes in and purchases something, what's the name of the store right now?
Well, right now,
Yeah,
it's Christmas Vintage Market.
Perfect. Christmas Vintage Market in the former mole hole. I mean, I love the fact that this is one of those things where people go, you make a left where the barn used to be.
Right.
Okay.
That's small town.
That's small
I just
town.
bought a sweatshirt that said at Cleeks that said small town Christmas.
I love it.
And I
love
thought,
it.
God, that's what this is, right? It's just a small town Christmas.
This is a
around here.
Hallmark movie.
Yeah,
this
it
is
is.
what you are doing right now is 100% a Hallmark movie. You set up a
funny.
store. Okay, just throwing some flowers at you here a second. You're feeding people on Meals on Wheels. You did the Cowboys and Cars. You sold that event out. All that money went to go support people in need.
Right.
2.1 million pounds of food you put on plates and in people's bellies this year. Meals on Wheels, I might have already said that. And now we have a storefront open while you're listening to this live and direct on the radio, that anybody who goes in and purchases anything at the Vintage Christmas store, at the former mole hole, all of that money goes to support you.
It all goes to Santa Ynez Valley Santa Ynez Valley Community Outreach.
So if you're going to buy a stocking stuffer, if you want to put something under a Christmas tree and feel great about it this year, if you want to do, anybody can buy anything on Amazon and it shows up and it came from overseas and it went through a warehouse and then someone had to deliver it. This is small town. You can go make a difference right now, today, as you listen to this, by driving over, going into the store, buying something, wrapping it up, putting it under a tree, and knowing that the money that you just spent is not going to anything else. It's not going to a big corporation. It is going literally into the bellies of people in need in this community that we live in. Is that correct?
That is 100% correct. But
I
you don't just
love
have to put stocking stuffers. You can buy the dining room table to put your Christmas dishes on.
Keep going.
Or you can have a new bedroom set. I mean, we have all of our furniture.
What do you have there?
We have furniture. We have 2 floors of furniture, and then the top floor is it's called the Mistletoe Boutique. And I have a lot of daughters in this town. They spend a lot of money on clothes.
I love this.
So I ask them to all bring in, and then I ask other people to bring in their clothes. So we have consignment, or not consignment, we have a resale clothing store on the very top.
Okay.
All of our furniture, we have 2 thrift stores in Buellton. We have one right across from Mechanics Bank on Highway 246. It's been wonderful. And by the way, we got Best of this year.
Well done.
For the
Congratulations.
Best of thrift store.
I love
Those
it.
ladies, we just had a Christmas party with all those ladies last night.
I love it.
It had so much fun at my house. It was fun. Everybody got dressed up to the Christmas nines, and it was just great. But we brought that furniture up. We have, we keep getting furniture donations continually from people here in the valley. And then Santa Barbara Consignment, that's over at the old Sears building in Santa Barbara.
Yep.
So they put their stuff out, and then once it's gone, it's been in there a couple of months, then they call us and we go get it, and we bring it right here into the Santa Ynez Valley.
Awesome.
Y'all don't even have to drive to Santa Barbara to pick it up. So
Magnificent.
I mean, the stuff that we've been getting in this Christmas is just beautiful over there. Just such an outpouring of love, and it's been amazing. It's been so much fun. And we got a lot of like high school girls working there and college girls coming back to work there. And it's just fun.
See, those are the things that you are a fountain of a person. You know, my old man had a great saying. It says there's two kinds of people. There are fountains and then there are drains. And surround yourself with fountains. Because the drains, they'll all find each other and they'll suck together, right? And you, just hearing the amount of passion and love and care that you are doing for the people in this valley that are often overlooked. You know, when people say, oh, that's just everybody in the valley's rich. And that's not true. That is, not only is that not true, that's probably not even the 51%, right?
That is correct.
There is need in this valley. And the fact that you're running at this need, right? And you're putting food in people's bellies. The fact that you started a store for Christmas, the Cars and Cowboys, all of it. I mean, how can people support you on a fundamental basis? Not just go shopping, yes.
Go shopping, yes.
How can they support you guys in your mission? Because the people that are listening, that maybe have something that they can share, that they can say, I want to do something good with what I have in abundance, right? How do they contact you? How do they get involved?
So there's so many ways. If they want to volunteer, we take volunteers. We love volunteers. You know, our volunteer staff is getting older, and it's hard. Like you said, it's hard to volunteer in the valley because the young people are working so hard to pay their rent.
Yep.
So we're stuck with us old guys who keep on working and keep on doing.
Keep going.
So volunteers are amazing, whether it's for Meals on Wheels or donating your things, working in our thrift store, whatever it is, there's a place for you.
Yep. Where do they walk into?
They walk into the old library in Buellton.
What's the address?
It's 140 West Highway 246. It's the old library. And ask for Linda Linton, ask for Pam Gnekow, ask for anybody, and they'll get you in the right direction.
Got it.
You know, and I have to tell you that my staff over that does Meals on Wheels every day, they work so hard. How
many cars do you have delivering food every day?
We have 9 different routes.
Wow.
And it's, I mean, nobody will give it up. I have to tell you one little quick story.
Yes.
So one of my volunteers, not only does she do the food distribution and help put all that food in bags on Monday, she was also a Meals on Wheels driver because she drives for those old people, and she's 84. So so when the pandemic hit, her name is Betty.
Okay.
And when the pandemic hit, I said, now, Betty, you can't drive for me for a while because we don't know what this thing is.
Right.
So give it a couple of weeks. Let's figure out what this thing is. And then, you know, and everything will be back to normal. She stayed gone about 3 days. She came back. And I said, Betty, what are you doing here? She said, I decided you cannot tell me what to do.
I love it.
And so she said, my people need me. I need to talk to them. I need to tell them everything's okay.
She needs them.
She needs them.
Yes.
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 And I mean, it's just like Letty. Letty is, I think Letty's 82. She walks to work every day, answers the phones, does whatever. I mean,
you're tearing me up. This is amazing.
These are the backbone of what we're doing here, right? So I just, it's so exciting to be where we are right now. And, you know, I have to give a shout out to the city of Buellton because they do something that most cities don't do.
What's that?
They support without question. They came in, and I was, not this year, last year, I was struggling to keep the doors open. And, you know, I knew they were going to be open because I have the faith that the doors are going to open every day. But, you know, the bank account was saying something else.
Yeah.
And so I went to them and just told them, I can't do it without you. And I know that that most cities don't help support their Meals on Wheels programs, or this isn't your job, but I seriously need your help.
Yeah.
And they came on big time.
Wow.
And so they gave us a grant of $245,000, which made all the difference. It got us over the hump, got us be able to keep our doors open, and that's huge, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they have an ad hoc committee that comes and they look at us, and we're happy to be there with them and tell them what we do.
Sure.
I think they're so supportive, and they're really proud that we're in their community and that we're doing this. They just had their Christmas party we have in our building in the middle, we have a cafe called Kicking It Up on 246.
Okay.
And so we're open 5 days a week, and it's cute. And so we just did their Christmas party there for them this afternoon.
Magnificent.
And it was fun. It's so fun. Like, where do we live? It's so great to live here in this valley.
You know, you are, your enthusiasm is infectious. It honestly is. And the beautiful part is, in a world today where you open up your phone and you doom scroll, right? Mm-hmm. This is what I want people to hear about. I want to hear that you're making a difference in people's lives. I want people that are listening to the radio right now to know that there are not just good, but there are fantastic people in this world that are doing fantastic things, that they're putting others before them. They're building longer tables, not taller fences.
Exactly
they
right.
are feeding those in need. They are, the fact that you mentioned all of those churches, right? Because every time you hear about a church, it's usually a bad thing unless you're going there. Right. And that's difficult if you're a faith-based person, which I am, which I know you are, that the headlines are never great if it's about a church. And the fact that you're saying that the churches in this valley and the people that are going to those churches have a big heart for the community, and they are stepping up, they are donating, they are filling need. The fact that you're talking about Buellton as a city filling in a need, seeing the people that are in need, and not just saying, well, maybe, but are absolutely running at them. This valley is beautiful in more ways than one. It is beautiful from just driving around, and, Solvang is Christmas USA, right? Poppin'. The fact that you're doing all of this, and I wanted to make sure at this holiday season, right, where we're celebrating a Hanukkah, Christmas, a Kwanzaa, every little thing, everything under the sun right now, right? The fact that there are going to be people, the fact that you brought up that a veteran didn't have beds for their kids, and that you guys provided beds for those kids.
Yep.
And it made, and your first thing you said was they were so happy.
Right. They were blessed.
They were blessed.
They didn't ask for more. They were just blessed.
And if we as a community can put this at the front of our minds, if we can say, there's a good thing happening, let me help. For here am I, send me, right? I wanted to make sure we have you in here, not just to say, this is great and everything else, but truthfully, everybody needs to know what's happening, not just on the headlines of our valley, but also in times of need. You're running in and you're blessing people, and they are happy. There is no better time of year than right now to go out and try to make a difference in someone else's life, because whatever you're doing, you're going to get repaid tenfold in your heart for whatever effort that you've done. And when you're talking about your volunteers, all I'm hearing is people that are blessing other people and then feeling blessed in return.
Feeling blessed in return. It's such a fun, joyful feeling to see all of our volunteers and our staff. They work hard. They don't make a lot of money. They work hard. And yet they still want to do more. They still, they get it.
Yeah.
My assistant, Linda Linton, every time I say, I have this idea, and she's like, oh, but then she does it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what are we doing now? Oh, okay, let's do it. Sounds like a great idea. And I don't know. I just don't know any other place. Like, I feel like we almost live in a terrarium, right? Because there's
The snow globe.
The snow globe.
Yeah, that's
because
what I
there's
call
so
it.
much going on, and I know there's bad, and I know there's things that are going on out there, but here we take the bad and try to make it good.
That's it.
And we know the people, their names to call. We know like what happens. Like, we need this, can you help? We need that, can you help? And I mean, and they go on and on and on. And, and certainly Cars and Cowboys, every one of our like sponsors, like, I know when I call and say, hi, this is Pam, they want to go, why? Why did you pick my number today? But they don't say no.
Yes.
But they don't say no. And so, I don't know. Even like just when we started Cars and Cowboys, when I went and asked Al and Denise Frink, this is their second home. They live down in Orange County. And I said, can I drive a whole bunch of cars on your property and on your pretty grass and bring a whole lot of people over there? And, it wasn't even like, let's think about it. It's like, where's this money going? Yes, you can do that. And the same thing with Steve Battaglia's family and Rancho San Marcos up at the golf course.
Yes.
Like, I knew the minute I drove on that golf course before we ever even talked about it that I visualized Cars and Cowboys there. And Steve didn't even bat an eye. He just said yes.
That place, that being able to walk on a golf course and see cars is without a doubt one of the greatest venues I have ever seen. In that regard, right? When you bought your ticket, you were excited about going, but the fact of that it's going, the money is now going to the people in need. It 1-to-1 is absolutely fantastic. That's when being charitable and having a good time go hand in hand. Everybody, if you're listening to this, being charitable or helping out is not a burden.
It's not a burden.
It feeds you back, like we said, 10 times more than when you put your back into it and you're helping out someone else and you see it. And just looking into your eyes, I mean, you could go do anything you wanted today, right? But this is what you choose to do, and you're making a massive difference in the Santa Ynez Valley.
Thank you.
So everybody,
It's
since
the goal.
we only have a couple minutes left.
Okay.
This is your...
It went that fast?
It went that fast,
Oh
30
my
minutes.
gosh.
I know. I wish I could talk for an hour, but this is kind of the final piece of it where it's like, what I would like you to do is plug everything that you can, for people who are listening to this right now and sitting in their driveway and saying, I want to help. How do I help the people in need? What do they do?
So here's what I want you to think about when you're sitting there and you're deciding what you want to do this Christmas. I think that you look at Santa Ynez Valley Community Outreach, and here's what you do. You find out which part of this has touched your family, because there's a part of us that is a part of you in some way. You've all known veterans. Maybe you've been a veteran. Maybe your dad was a veteran. Maybe your brother's a veteran. You know that you've had veterans. You know that you've had a grandparent or a parent that you couldn't be there all the time for. You know that they needed Meals on Wheels. The unfortunate part for us, even in this valley, we've known someone with domestic violence. It's either been in our families or someone close to us, and we know, but we didn't know how to help. We felt like, our hands were tied. We didn't know where to step in. We didn't know how to do it, but we do. And so we need your help. Of course we need your help. We can't do it by ourselves. If we could, it'd be easy. If someone was just out there giving us a big check and all I had to do is say, okay, this much goes here, this much goes here, gosh, life would be easy. It's not that easy, but it's doable. And I just need your help. And more than me, the people of this valley that need your help, because you know what? You know them. They're working for you. They're helping you. They're going to school with your kids. They're sitting by you at church. You may not know that they have a need, but we do. And we want to help them. We want this valley to be as good as it can be. And when somebody's deciding and driving around and deciding, where do we want to live? Where should we live? We want them to be here, because the next generation is going to need good people. And we need you to help us get there.
I think that was perfect. Pam, I thank you for coming in today.
Thank you so much.
I want to say just personally, thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for being the backstop and the bedrock of our community. Thank you for moving 2.1 million pounds of food onto people's tables. Thank you for setting up that store. Thank you for doing Cowboys and Cars. Thank you for all of your effort. You are truly building treasures in heaven. You are really, really doing that. And there are so many people in this valley that want to help and don't know what to do. You are the person. Find Pam.
Find me.
Pam
Find
knows
me.
what to
I can
do.
help you with that. Thank you. It's a blessing, and it's a blessing to be here. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. So everyone
Appreciate
have
it.
a Merry Christmas.
Christmas.
Have
Just
a
Merry
Christmas. Oh, I love it. So this has been Keith Saarloos on Chopping It Up. Go and find someone. Go over to the Mole Hole right now.
Go right now.
Go to the Vintage Christmas. Go spend a bunch of money. Go buy a bunch of things.
Buy a dining room table.
You know what? Buy a chair and pay for a dining room table. How about that? So this is Keith Saarloos. Back to your regularly scheduled programming. Thank you, Pam.
Thanks, babe.